Thank you for joining me again for my series, Who is Jesus? I'm Charlotte, and we've been working our way through the book of Matthew in the Bible so that we can learn more about Jesus Christ. So if you have a Bible, I would suggest that you open to Matthew chapter 26, and you can also use an app or open up a Bible page from the internet so that you can follow along. We're going to be reading now in chapter 26, taking it a little bit more slowly because there's a lot in this chapter. And we're looking at the point where Jesus' earthly life is nearing the end. So, what we're going to find out here in this first portion of Matthew 26 is who wants to kill him and who will betray him to them. So this is Matthew chapter 26, 1 through 16. And it came to pass, when Jesus had finished all these sayings, he said unto his disciples, Ye know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover, and the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified. Then assembled together the chief priests and the scribes and the elders of the people unto the palace of the high priest, who was called Caiaphas, and consulted that they might take Jesus by subtlety and kill him. But they said, Not on the feast day, lest there be an uproar among the people. Now when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, To what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much, and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, Why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman hath done, be told for a memorial of her. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went unto the chief priests, and said unto them, What will ye give me, and I will deliver him unto you? And they covenanted with him for 30 pieces of silver. And from that time he sought opportunity to betray him. So what we're seeing here, as Jesus knows that the time is coming to the end, we get to see specifically who are the people who are going to carry this out to see that Jesus is put to death. And we've been following that the chief priests and the scribes and the Pharisees and the religious leaders of Jesus' day were very, very angry and upset with what he was teaching, and were constantly trying to find a way to stop him. So it's now come to the point that they plan to kill him. And we see a little section in here about a woman who anoints Jesus. Now, the burial custom of that day, of course, included oils and spices that would help to preserve the body and also not allow the stench of death to be overwhelming. And so people were treated with spices and oils. Their bodies were prepared for their burial in that way. And Jesus sees this as a prophetic sign that he can say, it shows what she is doing before it actually happens, that I am going to be put to death and be buried. But the other thing here is that one of his very own disciples, who had been following him and involved with the ministry of preaching the gospel, healing the sick, doing miracles, one of these men that was that close to Jesus chose to betray him. And it's interesting that the price that was listed is 30 pieces of silver. And there are a couple of places that we can read in the Bible about 30 pieces of silver. So it's a significant sum because it's mentioned in other places. In Zechariah 11, verses 10 through 17, we're reading of Zechariah's prophecy about buying a potter's field. And the price that was agreed on for that was 30 pieces of silver. Also in Exodus, in chapter 21, there is a verse that specifically mentions 30 pieces of silver. In that case, it is what one would have to pay if his ox had injured a man, maybe even killed a man. So if his ox or beast had done that, then he would be charged 30 pieces of silver to make that good. So these things we might not notice if we didn't have a chance to look into the Old Testament and see where some of these things are mentioned. But it's always every little event and every little detail. There's a place that you can find out about it if you search it out, because we want to be able to trust the accuracy of the Bible and believe in Jesus. And so all of that is provided there for us. So that's what I wanted to cover for this video today. Thank you for joining me, and see you soon.